All right, y'all. So listen, I am not going to um, be very long. I'm actually driving, so that's the reason why I haven't had the ability to brand this video. Actually, I actually want to brand everything from my new channel anyway. So I've been trying to get away from StreamYard with this channel and the branding and all that stuff. I really just don't want to and get away from StreamYard. Well, actually get away from StreamYard altogether. Um, I kind of like Restream a little bit better, so I am looking to use that. Well, go ahead, you have to hit me. I'm looking to use that instead of StreamYard. So, yeah, I'm really not interested in branding too much anymore, but particularly because I'm driving. So, but I am going to give my thoughts finally on this story concerning Larry Reid and the accusers, um, because I have been very, very quiet about that for a very good reason. Um, I have not given my opinion on that. I wanted to hear a lot more than just from Daryl Moore, more than just from let me see your transcript. I really wanted to hear from the accusers, and it was kind of difficult to um, to sort through who was telling the truth and who wasn't with all this stuff that has been being said in regards to this situation. Okay, so that is what I want to talk about today. Shout out to the official King Page show, Payne show. I watched that. I watched the whole 9.5 hours of the video. And a lot of stuff came out in that video. There was a lot of stuff that was said, um, that you can't deny. You can't deny these things. I, being a victim of sexual abuse as a child, it would be quite disingenuous of me to just immediately blame the accusers and dismiss the accusers of what they're saying Larry Reid did. Okay? So, not one time did I ever say that I believe that, I completely believe Larry Reid and, the accusers are just lying because I never heard anything from them until recent. Now, I just heard on Bishop Whitehead's channel the other day from the accuser, the first accuser. Okay, I heard his story, and guess what? I believe him. Okay, I don't think I don't know him enough to know whether or not he could be lying or anything like that. But I do know that sexual abuse victims have a very hard time coming forward in regards to what has happened to them, just based off of the fear of not being believed. You understand what I'm saying? And especially if it's a prestigious person that's being accused, which is something that happened in my case, where the person who molested me was a prestigious individual. People looked up to this. People looked up to this person. And they would never have thought in a million years. And even probably if it hadn't happened to me with this person, I probably wouldn't have a million years with either. Okay. So it's so difficult to have the conversation, you understand, and to tell people what has happened to you. And then you've got to be confronted with the naysayers who will come out and accuse you, they'll blame you, they'll find all these things to cloud the story and cloud the situation and really make it appear like as if, you're a liar. So nobody wants to keep reliving their trauma and keep reliving their issues by constantly telling somebody, the first person and anybody who would believe them about trauma that they've been through like that. Nobody wants to keep doing that. So I can completely understand why these victims wouldn't want to be exploited. You understand what I'm saying? Which I really feel has happened in this situation. Now, I think where people have lost sight, okay, and again, I'm going to say this, and people might not like what I'm saying. People might disagree with what I'm saying. I don't even give a fuck, okay? Because right now, all I care about is those victims. That's all I care about. I care about the accusers, okay? And the alleged victims. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say that they are 100% right because I don't know. So I'm going to use the word allegedly, okay? But the alleged victim in this situation is all I care about. I don't give a fuck who called your mom, who called your dad. I don't care about what your criminal record is. I don't care about where your mother lives, whether you have more than 2 kids, whether you pay child support, owe child support. All of this shit is distraction over what these accusers, and it is clouding what these accusers are saying. Period. And that's on both sides of this situation, okay? I'm not taking sides. I'm not taking prisoners with this story. That's on both sides of this situation. Both sides of the situation are completely losing why we're here and why we're talking about this. We are talking about this for the sake of these accusers, right? So who cares about all this other nonsense? All this other nonsense has come up behind y'all going back and forth with each other over something that none of y'all were there for. None of y'all, not a single soul on either side except the accusers and the accused. They are the only ones that can really speak on this situation. All this other stuff is a distraction. And I could care less. I really can care less. I don't care. Yes, I feel like there's been a lot of fuck shit that has happened. There's been a lot of stuff that's been said and that's been done to each other that has been completely, utterly wrong. Yes, people have come in and heard this story and have even taken sides with each other, even myself. But this particular situation, and mind you, before I even took a side or thought about anything, this was prior to me actually hearing from the accusers themselves. So now that I have heard the testimony of the accusers, I don't care what's going on with none of y'all. And my advice to all of you on both sides is to take into consideration the account of the accusers, because that is what this story is about. It's not about you and whether you lost your job. It's not about you and whether you don't have custody of your kids. It's not about you and whether or not somebody is calling your job or calling CPS on you. If it's not the accused and the accusers. Because all of y'all's nonsense and these stories that y'all keep talking about are all clouding their story. And it don't make no motherfucking sense. Period. Now, I said what I said. And I'm going to holler at y'all later.